Welcome to the Words That Change Lives podcast, helping leaders, coaches, and small business owners to 10 times the impact of their message. Join us as we delve into the art of powerful language, enabling you to speak with unwavering honesty, communicate authentically, and create a lasting impression with every word. Do you remember the original Charlie and the Chocolate Factory with Gene Wilder? Brilliant film. Watched it so many times. And do you remember in that film, there's a scene where Willy Wonka is in the factory and he is leading all the guests, all the golden ticket winners, down a narrowing tunnel to a tiny door that opens into the chocolate room full of amazing, dazzling treats. Do you remember that scene? Well, I want to talk about that scene today, because when we think about landing gigs in the corporate world as a coach, consultant, facilitator, trainer, whatever it is that you might be, leader of a small business, and if you want to break into the corporate world or you want to land speaking gigs in the corporate world, sometimes it can feel a bit like a minefield. You don't know what's the best approach. There's many, many strategies and you're not sure how to do it. And as someone who has been supporting clients and also myself working within the corporate world, obviously used to work in the corporate world, but now work with companies within the corporate world, delivering talks, workshops, coaching and programs, I have come up with something called the Chocolate Room Strategy. And this leads on from the previous episode where I talked about the expert method. So if you haven't listened to that, then go back. But I want to use this analogy of Willy Wonka, that corridor and that door into the chocolate room today to walk you through my chocolate room strategy. Okay, so let's go. This approach really enables you to build a long-term relationship with a corporate client by introducing them to your key areas of expertise in a signature talk, which leads them to workshops, programs, and one-to-one coaching. Think of it like an unfurling. And your talk is the door opener to that. And then all of your other workshops, programs, and coaching solve the problems that your signature talk proposes on a much deeper and more learning rich level. So my background is in leadership development and learning. And so therefore everything I do has a learning focus. What is the outcome? What is the transfer of learning for a talk, for a workshop, for a program, for coaching? What is the transfer going to be, the transfer of learning? So we've always got to have that in mind. And when I go through this chocolate room strategy, I'm going to go through each stage with you in this episode. Of course, if you've got any questions, please do contact me, hello@helenpackham.com, and I can help you with this a bit more. But if you are a coach, consultant, small business owner, and you're looking to break into the corporate world, then carry on listening. So step one is that you need to create your expert method. So this is the method that I spoke about in the previous episode, where you can articulate your expertise in a succinct and unique way. It's a high-level way of illustrating your process, your methodology that's unique to you in your story and your experience, and how you've packaged that up, so to speak, so that you can convey it in a really clear way. So as a coach or consultant, you might have many competitors all vying for a speaker spot in a corporate organization, or to deliver coaching or training on a specific subject. And having the expert method is one of the best ways you can stand yourself apart, because people remember you for the expert method. And it's also a foundational piece of work required to develop a signature keynote talk to deliver to corporate audiences, whether that's a virtual audience or a real life audience. So definitely listen to the previous episode if you want more information on creating your expert method. But that is the first step of the chocolate room strategy. You have to have that, because that is a way of articulating your services. The biggest stumbling block I see coaches and consultants and small business owners falling upon is that not being able to articulate how they solve problems or how they can make an impact with their services. It's really important to be marketable, to be succinct, to make an impact with your words, and so that people can buy into you. And the expert method is the first step in that process. The second step with this chocolate room strategy is to write a signature talk. Now, in a future episode, I'm going to share how to write a signature talk, so watch out for that one. But a signature talk essentially is the biggest tool in your toolbox that you can create, which is aligned to your expert method that inspires and ignites thinking in your audience and leaves them wanting more. I'm working with a client at the moment who's got an absolutely fantastic expert method, and we are creating a signature talk around that method, and the method almost forms the structure of the talk because the method is focusing on the key areas of expertise that particular client can help people with, and then it's being articulated in a creative, visual, impactful way, and we are forming the talk around that. Now, there are various different structures to a signature talk. It could be an inspirational, it could be educational, but more often than not, it's going to be aligned with the expert method because your signature talk is the thing that is going to inspire people, and it's going to ignite thinking in your audience and leave them wanting more, because that's what a signature talk does. If you think on the scale of the value ladder, where we've got the bottom like 5% transformation, where you might have a lead magnet, so you're giving them something for free in exchange for an email address. Then as you go further up that value ladder, you've got workshops and programs. A signature talk's going to be that little bit around there because it's usually an hour long. There's a Q&A. The transformation is light, but the inspiration is huge, and it will leave your audience wanting more. And you can deliver this signature talk anywhere, to a community group, online at a summit, into a corporate organization. There is so many places you can deliver a signature talk. And so focusing on writing your signature talk is really key. And focusing on writing it for right now, on what your expert method is right now, is also really important. Now, remember that little door at the end of the corridor in the Willy Wonka, not the Winky Wonka, the Willy Wonka analogy. So this door represents your signature talk. It's a taster. It's an introduction. It is a door opener. It's an inspiring, thought-provoking and captivating piece of delivery that won't solve all the problems for your corporate audience, but isn't supposed to. So it is instead designed to give them real value, food for thought and questions to answer. And the signature talk is based on your expert method, as I've said. So it's completely aligned with your intrinsic expertise and interwoven with your story. And it uses tips, tricks and approaches to sprinkle magic on the audience and showcase authority on your chosen subject and leave them inspired to want more. So I am going to be creating an episode where I walk through how to create your signature talk. So hold on for that one because that's coming. The third step of the chocolate room strategy is to align your offerings. Now, if you think about your talk and your expert method, all of your expertise, how you deliver a service and how you solve problems and enable transformation, there's going to be a number of ways that you can deliver that and a number of different options for people. And this is where you can unpack the key concepts of your keynote talk into deeper and more learning rich ways. So it could be a workshop, it could be a program, or it could be a one-to-one solution. So at this stage of the chocolate room strategy, it invites you to zoom out and take a look at your entire suite of corporate offerings, or what could be possible to do that. How can you offer, and this is a scaffolding approach. You don't need to go into loads and loads of detail with this. It's mapping out the sorts of things that are aligned with everything that you offer, from your expert method to your signature keynote, in a tidy and easy to convey way. So think of it like the signature talk is at the peak of this hilltop and is based on your expert method. You can then create aligned workshops, programs and coaching that go deeper into the learning journey and provide a higher degree of sustained change, positive impact, and the most important thing, which companies are always looking for, which is ROI. Companies are looking for blended solutions now. They want a number of different offerings. They want maybe a hybrid of virtual plus in person. I do a lot of programs now where I mix it up. I do some virtual elements, I do some in-person elements. A lot of my stuff is online, but I still blend it and put lots of different elements into it. But it's all aligned with my expertise. And I've used this chocolate room strategy for many years myself without even sort of articulating it in this way. But what happens if you've got more than one area of expertise? Well, that's not a problem. You don't have to just have one suite of offerings in reference to one signature talk. You can have talks and offerings on different areas of expertise with different expert methods, and they could be applied to different audiences. So, for example, I work a lot within financial services organisations. The reason why is because my career was built mainly in financial services organisations. And so therefore I've got a really good knowledge of the problems that are being faced within communication, within leadership, and different personality types that I understand within different departments within financial services, and how communication can be enhanced. And so my offerings are all around communication, because that's what I do, aligned with a different expert method I have that isn't a consumer one, that focuses on key elements of leadership behaviour with communication by understanding individual personality. So that's just an example. And then I've got, a long program that lasts a few months. I've got 3-hour workshops. I've got one-to-one coaching, and those are my suite of offerings. So once you've created those, then you're equipped to start having conversations. And I am going to be doing another episode about how to actually land gigs, as in your strategy. But I think this is a really important piece of groundwork so that you can confidently start reaching out to organizations. And here's the trick, which is step 4. It's to create a continued journey for your corporate clients. So once you've got into a corporate company, more often than not, and it has happened with every company I've worked for, you get recommended internally. So you can build long-term relationships and unfurl long-term solutions. So say, for example, if you did go in and deliver a signature talk, you and your corporate client have now entered the chocolate room, right? And here a long-term relationship can be developed by building strong internal relationships with key stakeholders across the organisation and providing services based on their needs. So it might be that the signature talk is the door opener to the chocolate room, or it might be that you have an opportunity to work for an organisation and deliver a workshop as the first point of contact. Either way, step 4 is really important because it's about building relationships, continuing to build business within that organisation, to continue to get referred internally and start to build the portfolio out and unfurl all the treats in your chocolate room, right? Now, if any of this, if you think, gosh, I really need help with this, well, my signature package helps people to do this. So my package, that's a signature package, is 6 hours worth of one-to-one time with me building this up. So we would create this. We create your expert method. We create your suite of offerings in alignment with the chocolate room strategy, and we can build a keynote signature talk as well, and a strategy for pitching. So if you are an independent coach consultant who runs a service-based business, if you want to break into the corporate market and deliver paid keynotes, you might want to continue to win corporate business and deliver other services, or you might want to look strategically at your offerings and align them to your key areas of expertise, or you want to create your expert method and you want to up-level your skills, then do get in touch, because this is my absolute jam. I love helping people with this, and I can help you create your own chocolate room strategy. So just get in touch, hello@helenpackham.com. But also, it would be really good to understand what you think about this, where you're at with this as an independent coach or a consultant or someone who runs a small business that wants to break into the corporate world. Tell me what you think about this and your experience of working within the corporate world, delivering your services. And let me know what you think, and if you have any questions at all, using the hashtag words that change lives, or contacting me, hello@helenpackham.com. And I will look forward to seeing you again next time. Thanks for listening to Words That Change Lives. Please rate, review and follow on Apple Podcasts or wherever you listen to your podcasts. It really means the world and helps me to reach more people so that we can all harness the power of our words and change lives for the better.